Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, August 26th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 35 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods it is currently 82 degrees with a high of 91 and a low of 63. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and most importantly, the what's, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, what I'm coloring, how I'm coloring it, and why I'm doing that particular thing that I'm doing. Remember guys, this place is your emotional refuge, and we are united through coloring. All right, let's see who's popped in. Oh, Thomas is number one. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Mamie. Mamie. Hello, Carmen, Kitty, Lori. All right. Good to see everybody. So I've got, for the moment, 2 images that I'm working on. I'm working on Our Lady behind the bars of the window. This is from Pirates Ahoy Jubilee. I thought you guys would really enjoy this one. It's a beautiful, stark picture to do. The second image that I've been working on, which I'll be finishing tonight, is by Ruth Sanderson, Christmas Magic. And I'm just going to be doing a couple more things with it, or one more thing actually, and we're good to go. Oh, Carmen, sorry to hear about your friend passing on. Sorry to hear that, Carmen. I really am. Okay. So let me get this one out of the way. Let me grab my paper towel. Carmen, have they done the Walk of Honor yet? All right, I've got my paper towel. And they place flowers with her from every staff person. Oh, Carmen, that's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to do, isn't it? Now, before I get too deeply into coloring, how's everybody day today? Win, lose, or draw? Carmen, I'll let you explain the walk of honor for Thomas. Okay, Mamie, draw. Kitty, draw. Amy, draw. Lori, draw. I'll say that I had a draw. Thomas, Carmen is explaining. She just got to type it up what it is. Okay, so last night we were talking about blending. And what I'm doing now is I'm taking my medium pencil Oh, Thomas, you had a win. Thomas, what was your win? Oh, you colored all day up to this point. Good. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is I'm blending my medium color over my light color, which the light color was the one that I put in with the alcohol marker. And what we're doing is we're making, excuse me, the color transition from the alcohol marker to the darker color. And you want that transition to be continuous. In other words, you don't want to have abrupt changes from one to the other. All right. Everybody see how we're blending this? Now, check out how we're blending this area. Same thing, you want that transition from your medium color to your lighter color to be smooth. Lori, were you able to get your paper? So Carmen, her heart and lungs went to research and her kidneys are saving lives of 2 people. Oh my gosh. Wonderful. My Linda, my Linda. Hi, my Linda. All right. Oh, Lori, I'm sorry you couldn't get your printer to print. Now, I want you to notice that when I darken this area here and this area down here, that lightens up in between. And what I'm doing now is I'm emphasizing the folds on the dress. It prints, but just really small. It's like I can't read the PDF. Lori, do you have somebody that can help you with that? One thing I would recommend, turn your printer off, wait a couple minutes, and then turn it back on again. Okay, now see this area right in here? Notice how I'm emphasizing that darker area? And that makes our lighter area stand out. Debbie Seamills. Hi, Debbie. How long has it been? Oh, guys, I need to use a tissue. Sorry. Okay. Tennessee. Debbie, I'm sure you remember that I'm in Tennessee as well. Okay, now, adult coloring is all about coaxing in your color. This is not something that you want to rush. Excuse me. Debbie, you're from Hermitage, right? Did I remember that correctly? Now, when you're coloring, you don't want to be thinking just about how your dark is going in. You want to be thinking about the light areas that it creates. Does that make sense? All right. Now, I'm not going to do these super dark areas yet. That's going to be a third color. I'm still working on my medium and my light, particularly my blending. And look at our little details here. We've got this light area here. We have a dark area here. So now that makes it look like this is a fold. Whoops. Linda, the three amigos. Uno, dos, tres, Linda, Michelle, and Wally. Okay. Now let me move to the right here. And remember, as you're working your medium in, you want to blend that in. Okay. And also remember to blend this in. Notice that I'm taking my pencil, which is my medium, and very, very lightly going over my light areas. That makes my transition work. Lori, is all this making sense? Oh, Lori, you haven't colored in 2 days. Okay. Everybody see how beautiful that looks? Any questions? Oh, Lori, I'm sorry. Yes, I do have you confused with someone else. Excuse me. She came in new last night. I'm sorry, Lori. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it is a lot of people to remember. And you're right. I was thinking of that lady that came in last night. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she said she was from Las Vegas. But then again, I may be wrong about that too. Oh my. Guys, don't forget if I ever. Oh, she did because I remember because my brother lives there. Gotcha. Guys, if I ever confuse you with somebody, speak up. I hope she comes back in. She seemed like she was really excited. She said she was going to run out to Walmart and buy some cardstock. Okay. Lori, do I get an A for effort because I remembered she was from Las Vegas? Whee! All right, here's my third color. And of all things, this is an Amazon Basics color. It's called Bluegrass. Yeah, that's right, Thomas. We can never confuse you because you are the only Thomas. Okay, who's coloring this with me tonight? Debbie, it's been a few years? Okay. All right, now we're going to come in with our darkest turquoise. And this is where we're going to start bringing in our detail. Hey, Sandy. Debbie, where are you from? In Tennessee. Did I remember correctly? It was like Hermitage or Murfreesboro or something like that? Okay, now you really need to think about where you're putting in, oh, Lawrenceburg. Okay. There was somebody from Tennessee that was like from Murfreesboro or Hermitage or something of that nature. Okay. Now, notice our very subtle shades of our dark turquoise. Okay, now I'm going to come down with that darker turquoise and I'm going to very carefully outline the swirls on the bodice. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. My Linda, are you able to color with me tonight? Who's coloring this with me tonight? Okay, now we're going to put touches of our darker color next to our center area, and this is making the material look like it's bunched up. And this is where we're doing our shadowing. Now notice how I'm shadowing underneath this poofy sleeve. And into the waist a little bit. Finger blend. Okay. Look how cool the center section is looking because we've got this darker color on either side of these little buttons. Now, I'm going to go back to, well, no, I'm going to use my dark. And I'm very carefully going to go in between these little buttons. Carmen, you doing okay? Check out how those buttons come out beautifully. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here to the right, and we've got pattern on this side. So I'm going to use my pencil and very carefully bring that in. Okay. Now, this is where you're going to really want to keep tabs of where you are. I'm going to work on the center section right here. Let me pull out. I'm going to work on this entire center section here. And then I'll start moving to the subsequent ones. And check out how I'm detailing around my little buttons or beads or little cloth hangy things. Okay, back to my medium. I'm just going to kick in a little more color right here. And then we're going to hit our areas in between our little balls here that are hanging off of her dress. And it's going to be really important that you hit those and hit that little area, because that really brings up the sleeve beautifully. Okay, I'm just doing a little bit of blending with my medium here. Now, I want you to keep in mind that you're going to constantly be adjusting. And also keep in mind that when you come in, especially with your darkest color, you come in very lightly. And check out now how this shading is really looking cool. Hey, Maggie. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday to one and all. Patricia, hello. Kathy, hello. Good grief, we've got everybody piling in today. Okay, now, notice how I'm using my shadowing to come in where my medium color is, and I'm going to color close to my light spot with this pencil, just back and forth very lightly, and check out the dimension that comes out of there. A little bit of blend with my finger. Okay, I'm still not happy with that area under the sleeve. I'm going to bring my darkest color down a little bit more. Okay. Guys, check it out. Finger blend to soften this up. Now, I want you to notice how drop dead gorgeous this centerpiece looks. As opposed to our other segments. Okay. Let me grab some water here. Now, again, guys, excuse me. Notice the difference between our area here and our area here. A lot of people would just leave this as is. But my group is not a lot of people. And this is where I want you to come in and do the detailing that's going to make this piece look really good. Okay, I'm going to go to the left panel here. Remember, we're using our dark now. Now, be sure that you color around those little balls on her dress. And be sure that you get in between them so that you isolate them. We want that fringe to stand out. Okay. Now, I'm going to move right down the dress. And again, this is where we lightly come in with our darkest pencil and we start to define our folds in our dress. So we have our light color from the alcohol marker. We have our medium from the first pencil that I used. And now we've got our dark. Now notice how I'm coloring on this curve at the bottom. So that makes that fold look really cool. Okay. And that's right, Thomas. Let the pencil do the work. Quit strangling your pencil and quit forcing your colors. Okay, let's move over to the left. Now, this is where we're going to use our artistic instinct, right? Or I probably should say intuition. I can't decide which word I want to use. I should probably use intuition. Okay, now, see how we have our dark lines with this fold in this panel here? I'm going to continue those dark lines and create some more folds on this last panel. And notice how by adding these darker areas, again, I create that light area. And that gives our dress dimension. Now I'm going to go back to this panel here because I want to blend in this fold a little better. Okay. Any questions so far? Can you guys see a distinct difference between these three panels and this panel over here and these down here? Now, again, this is what most people do over here when they color. This is what I expect out of my group when I'm showing you this stuff. I don't want you guys to be rushing through this. Okay. Now let's start working our dark area down the side. And again, notice how that creates these folds. And also notice how I'm going in where my medium color is, and in this V area, this is where I'm adding a little bit of the dark. Finger blend. Okay, let's do the top portion here. And notice how I'm darkening in that little V where that dress is hanging. Finger blend, just a little bit. I'm not moving my finger very much when I'm blending this. All right. Okay, Kathy. All right, now we're going to shade inside that sleeve. Darkest color, blend it out. Okay. Now I'm working down the side of the dress. And notice how those lines look stark? You don't want that. So I'm going to take my previous pencil color and I'm going to blend over those lines. We need to soften that up. Isn't that beautiful? Finger blend. Are you learning something? And notice how I'm bringing that darker color in a little bit. And now that's created a fold of this area here on top of this area. All right, medium color. Blending in that dark. Okay. Dark color. Blending in with my medium. Now, if anybody is new that's watching this image is available for you to download from my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. And then you can watch the previous broadcasts Okay, Kathy. And watch how this all plays out. All right, once again, check out how these areas right here, you can tell where I've worked it. I'm just blending with my medium pencil to soften this up. Mamie, I'd like you to do two things. Number one, please put the link in where people can get this picture. Because I'm also going to be doing this one from the same book. And both pictures are in the same spot. And then number two, Mamie, although I don't know if you can still hear me when you go get a link, I'd like you to put in a link for this book. Okay, dark turquoise. Notice how I'm hugging this light area, and as soon as I put in that darkest color, it pops out that fold. I'm having way too much fun with this. All right, guys, there's the book that this is from. Now, this is my medium color, and I'm blending in my dark. Now, I want you to notice that I'm shading in this area so that this area stands out, because that's a high part of the fold. So I've got my medium color. And then I'm going to come back with my dark and blend in and soften that edge. Okay, and there's the second link for anybody that's watching, that you can pick up these two pirate figures. They're from my book. Thank you, Mamie. You're a doll. Finger blend. Way too much fun with this one. And that last link that Mamie put up is a link to the group on Facebook. All right. Mamie's earning her pay tonight. Okay. Dark blue. Turquoise. I need to turn my page. Now, guys, there's something I want you to think about. When you're coloring, the whole idea of coloring is to get lost in your thoughts. And so when I'm coloring this little spot right here, this little square of the bars, I get lost in my thoughts. I'm thinking about coloring. And I'm concentrating on that one little portion. I don't want you at this point to think about the rest of the page. I want you to think about what you're doing with this corner. Okay, now, oh, great. Thank you, Mamie. Now, I'm going to take my darkest turquoise, and I'm going to go over everything. See how I'm blending that in and making that work? And the reason that I'm doing this is that makes that dark portion blend in better. Mamie, I really appreciate how you check the links that you put in. Thank you so much. Now I'm very lightly going to go over my medium and my light color with my dark. I mean, I'm barely touching the paper. I'm just doing this to blend all of this in. Okay, Amy, thank you. Now, listen to me, guys. When you color, I don't want you to just throw your color down. I want you to think about what you're doing, and I want you to think about how what you're coloring works in with the rest of everything else. Mamie gets a star, that's right. Oh man, check out how cool that looks. Finger blend. Medium color. In other words, my light color is my alcohol marker, my medium color is my pencil. Blending that in. Now, if we lose a little bit of the shine, which I did, I'm going to take my ivory and we'll get that puppy back in there. Any questions? Any questions from my lurkers? Maybe there's some stars for you. Mamie and Moggy have been absolutely fantastic in supporting our group. Okay. Kathy, you can use white or you can use ivory. It just depends what kind of look you want. I mean, here's white. If you want it a little bit brighter, see how the white's brighter up here? And that ivory I used down near the bottom because that whole area is darker. Up here, I'm using white. Does that make sense? There's my white on the breast area. And here's my white on the sleeve. Okay. Ivory for a soft glow, white for a brighter glow. Exactly. Kathy, good pickup on that question. All right. We've got to get next to this bar right here and define that. And then I'm taking my dark color and I'm running it in between my little beads or poofies or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, it's a Faber-Castell 103 ivory. It is. It's a very soft ivory. It colors beautifully. Okay, medium turquoise to soften all this up. And then I'm going to do my last little corner here. Now we need to get in between our little dots. Okay, now let me come back with our medium. We're going to soften that line between our dark and our light. Now, sometimes you have an abrupt change of color or shading. That's what we do here. So I'm going to use my medium color and I'm going to soften that change. In other words, it changeover. It isn't a gradual change, it's an abrupt change because there's a shadow on the dress. Everybody see that? Okay, then I'm going to come down with my dark pencil, because to me this dress goes a little bit further. So I'm going to add a little bit of my dark turquoise. See how I'm rounding this? Now when you do that, make sure that you keep it in proportion with the dress. And now I'm going to go through with my eraser and gently clean up my bars. Now, tell me that isn't a gorgeous picture. Finger blend. You can also paper towel blend. Either way, you want this dress to look soft. Everybody see that? I don't like how these folds here ended up on this one segment. Okay, Thomas, thank you. And if you don't like how something looks, change it. That's your artistic intuition. You know what looks right to you. Okay, time for our next project. I'll tell you what, that time flew, didn't it? Now, make sure when you color in on these folds, they make sense. In other words, I've got to narrow this white area a little bit. I think we're in pretty good shape. I'm just touching up a little bit on the breast area. All right, there's where we are. Okay, so yesterday I went ahead and I sprayed this because we talked about putting white acrylic paint on marker. So what I wanted to see, hold on, I'm just bending this backwards. What I wanted to see is if putting a layer on the Krylon fixative paint would stop the white from turning colors. So I'm going to grab my white paint. Be sure you shake it up. Okay, Thomas, welcome back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, let me start from the top because that would be the smartest thing to do. I'm going to add some white paint on sleeves and shoulders to make it look like it's been snowing. Now, you don't have to put too much on there to get a really neat looking effect. And notice how I'm letting that paint peter out. Any questions about where I'm adding the snow? Again, you want to be careful that you don't get too routine with it and have everything look the same. Okay, it looks like our paint on our scarf is turning a little pink. Kitty, good night. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. All right, kitty, there you go. Yeah, it's just turning where I use marker. Mamie. Well, the way that I would phrase that is that it's not a good idea to use acrylic paint where you've used markers. I'm going to see if a second layer is going to make a difference. Okay, Thomas, welcome back. There's another way to try to alleviate this problem, is that when you put your paint down, when you put your first layer down, let it dry thoroughly. In other words, if it pulls up the color a little bit, let it dry thoroughly and then put your second layer down. Does that make sense? So put your layer of acrylic down, let it dry thoroughly, and then put your second layer down. It looks like this white is holding better. Now, if you really wanted to play with this, put a little bit of white paint on top of your button, or yeah, not on the buttons, but on top of them. Look how cute that looks. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my daughter pens out, which are these little metal thingies with wooden handles. I like to use them for applying paint. Thomas, the idea with the snow on top of the buttons is to make it look like that the snow accumulated there. Okay. I'm going to add snowfall to this piece. And notice that I'm also adding it in front of the trees. Now, if you want this to look really cool, you need to add it, for example, on top of the plant. See how I did that? And on top of the trees. And what I did is when I put my acrylic paint in my container, I put a little teeny tiny drop of water. And don't hesitate to add the snow on top of the faces. You want it to look realistic. Guys, what do you think? I think it looks ridiculously adorable. Now be sure to get your snow in between your areas where we added all these rhinestones. And remember, if you don't like something, just say not my cup of tea. Let me get some more paint in my tin, which is actually plastic. Now, if you put too much water in your paint, yeah, you could use the end of a paintbrush. See? Good question, Thomas. A toothpick would be a little bit too tedious. Now, I want you to notice exactly, Lori, what you can do is you can take a brush, a paint brush, you can take a paintbrush and you can load it up with paint, and you hold it over the piece and you tap it with your finger. You just need to make sure that the consistency of your paint works with that. Now, as Maggie mentioned, it would make it look like a snowstorm. And I really didn't want that look. I just wanted a nice gentle snow. Now, interestingly enough, I'm putting snow on this red outfit, and that was marker, and it's not bleeding through. All right, let me get a little more paint. And be sure that you clean the tip of your dot pen so that it doesn't get all glopped up and make nothing but thick snowflakes. Now notice I put a snowflake on that teddy bear on the shirt. All right, let me get some more paint here. Do you guys remember that toy store picture that we did? This picture is reminding me of that. I had so much fun doing that. We had a lot of detail on it. I must be slipping. I haven't managed to get my hand into the paint that I put on the page. Kathy, you remember that picture? That was so cool. Okay, we have some snow on our wheat here. And notice that I'm making it a point to get rid of those black lines. But I'm being careful not to color over the brown little wheat thingies. Anybody else remember that toy store picture? Oh man, that was just, I love that piece. Okay. Now, let me put some snow here on our Santa mouse. And notice how I'm also putting it on the cap and a little on the poof. Thomas, I just drink water because it's good for you. Now, a little detail. Notice how I put this snowflake partially on and partially off the hat. That makes a difference. And that's right, I did snow on the boots as well. All right, guys, I think we're done with this. Don't get carried away with your snow. I do want to put some in front of the scarf here, though, to make that look more realistic. Remember that snow is falling in front of, in this case, the scarves. So Thomas, they used to call you the Glue King in school? All right. Okay, Lori. All right, everybody see how I did that? Yeah, Thomas, it was. That toy store coloring was before you came in. All right. I'm happy with it. Who's been coloring this with me? Who's going to put snow on their piece? I think we done good. Okay, next piece. Yeah, I've got a doctor appointment tomorrow as well, too. Just checkup stuff. Oh, Sandy, you sent us a picture. Oh, cool. Sandy, thanks for digging that out. That was the toy store coloring that we did. It was pretty involved, but a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with that. And my peeps did a really good job, as you can see. Okay. Let me look up something really quick. Let me see if I can find real quick the one that I did. Okay, here's the one that I did. Well, hiya, Emily. Hopefully you can see it clearly. I think it turned out really well. Sandy, thank you for finding yours. That's really cool. And if you guys want to see it in more detail, here is the link to the video that picture is included in. It may be from Christmas Magic. Sandy, could you look that up? Oh, that is one of my books. In fact, the reason that I know it's one of my books is I gave it to everybody to color. Victorian Toy Store and Children, Cute and Classic Christmas Jubilee by colorist ILene Vick. Maybe take a screenshot. Yeah, Toy Store, Cute and Classic Christmas Jubilee. Here's one of the images when we first started it out. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Here, I've got the affiliate link. Oh, Maggie, thank you. Yeah. Here you go. Guys, there's the affiliate link if anybody's interested in picking it up. It's also got a Coca-Cola Santa in there too. That's the book you're looking for. And there's some of the pictures that are in the book. It's an adorable book, it really is. All right. So there you go. Thanks for asking. Okay, next project. Hopefully I got smart and pulled these pictures out. Oh, there they are. Okay. So I've got two images from here. You guys need to tell me which one you want me to color. I'm leaning towards the turtle. So we have the turtle and we have the honeybees, which I really love just as well. So I want you guys to take a quick vote and tell me which one you want me to get into. let me just fill up on some water here. Carmen, you've done the turtle? You'd vote the honeybee. Okay. Well, there's a technique that I want to show you on the honeybees. So what I'll do is I'll do the turtle, but I will also show you the technique that I want to do on the honeybees. So that way everybody will be happy. Okay, Thomas, thank you. So this is called Circle of Life by Melpomene. All right, here we go on the last name. Chatzip and Agotu. Chatzip and Agatu. Don't anybody ever ask me to pronounce that again. Who's got this book? Sandy, good night. So Carmen, what does that mean? Honeybee's my birthday color? Is today your birthday? Okay. Now, unfortunately, these pictures are back to back. So if we use alcohol marker, it's going to ruin the other one. But that's okay. Life happens. Yes, hopefully color on my birthday, not today. Guys, don't forget, when you have a birthday coming up, send me a message in Messenger so we can celebrate with you. Okay. Why do I have yellow tape on my book? It's because I label my books by the title, so this goes in the C section of my books on my rack. So I color coded all my coloring books with yellow tape that were in the C's. So D's have a different color. Okay, so let's start putting in some basic color here. Almost started this out with a mistake. Oh, ILene, ILene, ILene. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. Okay, did not put blue at the top of your water like I started to do. Okay. Now, since we have a sunset going here, oh man, I love these Amazon Basics, I'll tell you. Since we have a sunset going here, my picture is sideways. It's just easier for me to color this. Let's see if I can get smart and turn my camera. Well, la-di-da. So we're going to have some orange here. And we're going to have a little bit of blue in between that orange. And then I'm going to grab a red. Okay, so Thomas, the day of your birthday, you'll have to tell me while I'm broadcasting. Okay, let me find a decent red. Oh, I'll tell you. Reds are the bane of my existence. Okay. So we're going to put in some red as well. And then I'm going to come back with a little bit of orange, because a little dab will do ya. And guys, don't be shy about telling me your birthday. Because it's always fun to celebrate it. And we can all do that with everybody. Okay, I'm going to pop in a little bit of pink as well. And then okay, Carmen, you can send me your picture. And then I'm going to come in with my blue. And then we'll come back in with a little more red here. Well, Thomas, I don't know what I was talking about at the time. I was telling everybody that when their birthday comes up, they need to tell me. Now, anybody care to guess why I'm using these multiple colors on our water? All right. Reflection. That's right, Lori. Specifically, Lori, sky reflection. Okay, now, this is going to get a little tricky. You've got to think it through. But remember, guys, never ask the teacher her age. I'm 67 years old. I'll be 68 in March. All right. So our sun is yellow. Now, you know I'm not going to do it just plain yellow, right? What I said was, Thomas, is tell me when it's your birthday, the day of your birthday. And that way we can celebrate with you. Okay, so check out now the gold. That I'm putting on the sun. Now, I'm actually going to erase a little of my blue and put in a little more yellow on the water, the yellow and orange. Now, we have a choice here. And the choice is, I can either color the rays all the way out with this yellow, or we can go ahead and work with the sky, turning different colors based on where it's the proximity to the water. Oh, I'm looking for a darker red. Hallelujah. Thomas, that's right. You don't ask a lady or a woman her age. But if she cares to share it, that's her choice. I don't know why people, especially women, get so offended by their age. Good grief. All right. So I've got a darker red here that I'm going to put on the horizon. And then we're going to add some orange on there. Hallelujah. Alright, let me get a decent orange. Good grief. Too many colors to choose from. Right, Moggy? Ooh, there's a good orange. Okay, so we'll add our orange. Maggie, that's my backhanded way of saying thank you again. And I'm going to pop in a little bit of pink. Guys, why wouldn't you accept your age? It's not like you can do anything about it. Yeah, it is just a number. Okay, now I want you to notice I left a little gap here in my pink. So I'm going to come back with my orange. And notice how that pink and that orange look really cool. But Thomas, your mom is right. Some women get stupid about their age. And for no reason get offended if somebody asks them. It's ridiculous. Okay. Now I'm going to hit the bottom with my red a little more. Who's coloring this with me? And then I'm going to put in a light blue, which is darker than the blue that I put in my ocean. Oh, yeah, Lori, getting sick does not help. Then, of course, you really start feeling your age. Okay. So I'm going to come in with a blue that is slightly darker. I need to come in darker yet. But, Lori, fight through it. Okay, so now we've got a darker blue the higher that I'm going. The really sad thing is, though, is that young people are so caught up in looks and competing with each other and the whole bit. They're ingrained all their life that they may not be as quote unquote good enough as other people. What's my next color, guys? Lori, that's excellent to hear. Keep walking. Purple. And why am I using purple? Because it's my favorite color. Ah. Oh, you're so funny, Maggie. And the answer is because purple is a great way to denote a nighttime and darker sky. Nope, it has nothing to do with the color wheel. Hallelujah. Amen, amen. Sing it with me. Amen. 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 All right, what's wrong with this picture? And while you're telling me, I'm going to use a little Payne's Gray near the top. Blending, that's right. The orange and the red aren't too bad, but my lighter orange and my blue to my purple, awful. I just haven't gotten there to do it yet. Oh man, look how cool this looks. Well, Thomas, you won't know until you say something. And guys, that's another thing. If you don't say anything because you think you're going to be wrong, you're shortchanging yourself. Oh man, look how cool this is looking. Okay. Let's get our orange and pink. So I'm just going to brighten that a little bit with my orange and my pink. And then I'm going to take my blue, because usually it's the darker color that you need to use to make it work. So we need to soften that line between the blue and the pink. Now, this is a little more involved to do because you're trying to blend two very distinct tones of color. And I want you to notice that my blue and my gray make what? I'm sorry. My blue my blue and my pink make what? Gray. So I'm going to take my Payne's Gray. You can just take a lighter gray to do this. And I'm going to use it in the transition. Finger blend. And notice that I'm blending from the lighter color to the darker color. And I'm switching fingers. What do you think? And then I'll use my eraser to clean up my clouds. Do you like where I'm going with this? Now I'm going to bring a little more red down into the water. Yes, Thomas, I knew that if you lose your phone, you can ping it with your Apple Watch. Isn't that cool? Okay. Check it out. All right, guys, this night flew, didn't it? Again. So I'm working on the turtle from Circle of Life. I finished our skating mice from Christmas Magic by Ruth Sanderson. Sherry, the big thing is on doing that turtle sunset is taking your time. I think you get a little rushed sometimes. And then,
I didn't get that.
This is from Pirates Ahoy. Our Lady Behind the Rusty Bars. All right, we've been busy. Okay, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Love on each other, that's what we're known for. I have 3 favors to ask you. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, share this broadcast to your timeline so other people can enjoy it. And number 3, if you post any of the images from my books into other groups, your WIPs, or no, if you're doing WIPs on any of my images, please, please post them in other groups. We need to get people aware of this, that they have a safe place to come and enjoy their evening. Okay, guys. Carmen sending you extra hugs. You've been through a lot. All right, guys. Till tomorrow night then. Bye.